Is it happening? It's happening.
It's happening. We're live.
It's happening.
Whoa.
We've done it again, boys.
Holy shit.
They said we could. They said we couldn't do it, but we did.
They said you're not allowed to draw that.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool what I just did.
Good job, Brian.
They said you're not allowed to be this handsome and do that good of artwork on YouTube and other platforms.
And we said
we're changing that rule.
Watch out.
Watch out.
It's Ryan Stegman's Sketch Sessions here with Mr. Ryan Stegman. Hey, Ryan.
Hi.
You're having a
Art
great
Jedi
day.
says, gotta get some chains in the chat for Ryan and the Supple Boys, and then posted infinite chains.
Infinite chains.
Some more from Oscar. Some more for Ryan Michael.
That's so many.
That's so many.
I would say so. And listen, I thought, because it's a new year, I forgot to pull these out on our first stream of the year. I did, in fact, get myself a chain.
Are those platinum, Griffin?
Yeah, they're real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your platinum guy?
Ryan Stegman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Because he lives close to me, I kind of just give him gifts all the time.
Yeah. It's always as I'm like just trying to hop on 75. Ryan's like, "Hey, pull over real quick. I got
another gift for you."
That feels like favoritism.
You didn't have to.
But
all right. Well, I'm getting chained up. I'm getting iced up here. How's everybody doing? We got some amazing friends popping into the chat. And I think in just a second we'll be ready to bring you guys into the room and say hi. Tonight, Ryan Stegman's drawing
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Jango Fett?
Jango Fett.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Ryan, are you watching the Book of Boba Fett?
Yes, but I'm only halfway through the third episode.
Okay. That's still further than Ethan.
That is further than Ethan. I've seen two. How do you feel about it, Ryan?
I thought that the first episode was awful.
You do love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I thought the second episode was really fun.
Okay.
I love the huts.
The little slightly incestual huts.
Yeah, they're so gross.
Yeah.
That's a real weird addition. The way that they're like laying on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
They feel like the Lannisters of this show. They're like, oh, is there something going on there?
I made my kids watch it with me, and my 7-year-old said, after it was over, waited till it was over, said, "You ruined my night by making me watch that."
I love how you said I made my 7-year-old watch Star Wars with me.
Well, and then I was like, I said something about, you guys didn't, but everybody likes Mandalorian, and you guys didn't like that. And they were like, "We love Mandalorian." I was like, "Well, why didn't we watch the rest of it?" And they were like, "Because you didn't ask us to." It's like, where was your suggestions? I thought you guys just didn't like it.
They said, "This isn't a manga. This isn't My Hero Academia.
I hate this.
I
hate you, Dad.
I hate you, Ryan Stegman." They said.
The first episode, they just kept, they would say like randomly throughout it, they'd be like, "Why are they not? Why is nobody talking?"
Yeah.
Did you tell them it's called? They're setting a tone. There's nuance.
No, I did not say that, because even you agree, Griffin. You, Star Wars King of Nerds.
Yeah.
Agreed that first one was balls, right?
I think what you mean is it was cerebral.
It was cerebral.
It was a psychological thriller.
He did ayahuasca in the last one. That was kind of cool.
I think he did a lizard.
Lizard for your brain.
Would you say that the cerebralness was also why it looked like garbage?
I think what you're talking about is the flat lighting, which is a choice.
What about the green screen, the obvious green screen? Did you like that?
I think you mean the volume.
Are you saying you don't like Robert Rodriguez's visual palette?
I don't like Robert Rodriguez.
You're not a Shark Boy and Lava Girl fan?
How many times did you see Sin City?
I did like that.
Sin City is good, but also like I feel like if we turned the black and white filter off, how good does that movie look? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Griffin and I don't like to be too negative about stuff, but we're not having a great time with Boba Fett.
Wait, so you don't even like it after the first episode?
I do prefer The Mandalorian thus far.
Yeah, I mean, but that one kind of like blew the doors off. That thing was crazy.
Totally. Yeah,
Boba Fett just feels like I don't know who Boba Fett is. I don't know what Star Wars is actually. So I don't love it. Yep.
All right, well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Yep.
That sucks.
Good night, folks.
Okay, we got some folks here.
That being said, let's now go into a multi-hour Boba Fett live stream.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi, Abigail.
Hey, Abigail. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
Ryan, Michael, what's up, sir?
guys?
Good to see you again, as always. And Oscar.
Oscar, oh my God.
How are you feeling?
Sir?
Better since last week, I hope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting better every day. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Good to hear.
Good.
Well, let's go down the line here. What is everybody else thinking about Boba Fett? Never mind what we think about Boba Fett.
Fuck us.
Anyone else watching the Book of Boba Fett want to chime in?
Not a Star Wars person, so I'm sitting this out.
Got you. Ryan, Michael, come on. I know you're watching the Book of Boba Fett. You got your Rebel Alliance shirt on right now.
Well, this shirt is sacred. This is the shirt I met Mark Hamill in.
Oh, nice.
So
that's awesome.
I only break this out for... Who's there? This guy on Twitter, like that's how half the world knows him now.
He's very funny.
Cool. Nice.
But yeah, no, I it's okay. I didn't like the first episode either. 2 got a little better. 3 was weird. But yeah, I was actually, the main takeaway I had after it was I can't believe how much Boba Fett we have.
There's a lot of Boba Fett, yeah.
Just with those 3 episodes, we've tripled the amount of Boba Fett we've ever had.
Yeah,
you can't ask for more Boba Fett.
Yeah, like whatever we were at, as far as lore and background, whatever 100% was, we're now at 300%. Like, that's crazy to think.
True.
They've dived this deep into his character. They developed so much backstory for this guy. Because, you guys might be too young. Ryan, did you have an N64?
Of course.
Did you play Shadows of the Empire?
Of course not.
Okay.
I know about Shadows of the Empire. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't have an N64.
Ryan played Mario Kart for your information.
Yeah, I played it until nobody would play with me anymore.
Aww.
I'll play Mario Kart with you, Ryan.
You know what Boba Fett has? You know what Boba Fett has now too is a theme scored by Ludwig Göransson, which I think is the best part of the show.
So
I do like that theme.
Oh
song.
man, it's so good.
The guy never misses these days. Like,
No,
I
he
don't
never
know.
does.
It's pretty awesome.
What if the whole point of the show, because you never knew anything about Boba Fett, and they're like, well, everybody's always asking about him, and here's the truth: he kind of sucks.
Yeah, he kind of sucks. But he's a good guy.
That's the biggest thing is like the waters are so sort of murky on like who Boba Fett is because there's so many different little pieces to the Boba Fett puzzle. There's the fact that he really just looked awesome in the original trilogy, but also went out like a fucking punk. And then there's the years of people like building him up because of comics and toys and so on and so forth. And then there's actual like Clone Wars lore, and then The Mandalorian, and now we're back to.
It's interesting, kind of
Boba
making
Fett.
him sort of an anti-hero. Like it's like he's a killer, he's a disintegrator, but he's also a protector.
But he's a nice guy. He's a lethal
nice guy.
protector.
He's a lethal protector. That's right.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Okay, so he's in the Sarlacc pit as it starts, right?
Which is a great scene. I do love that.
Oh, it is great. It's awesome. Yeah.
But is the whole conceit of that scene that he was going to die and then he didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe we're supposed to infer that because of his Mandalorian armor, the acid didn't deteriorate him as fast as it would have other things. That's why there was also a stormtrooper. Their armor protected them just long enough that he was able to wake up and claw his way out.
Yeah.
He's also got a big, tough head.
Do you guys think that maybe they should have done a little more work on that idea?
No.
And I mean, we already know he gets out because of him being in the Mandalorian.
That could have been like a whole episode, an awesome episode.
It could have been
figuring out how to get out.
127 hours starring Boba Fett.
That would have been awesome. I do agree. And instead, it was the cold open. But
something Griffin and I were talking about was how cool would it have been if the flashbacks, rather than going from present day to escape from Sarlacc pit and all of that, It'd
Like
be
a
cool
month
if it was
ago.
like, yeah, it'd be cool if it was like him going from Attack of the Clones to becoming the bounty hunter that we know. So it's almost like Arrow, where you're like seeing him become Boba Fett while you're seeing modern day Boba Fett. But instead, it's kind of like, here's how he got that staff he had in The Mandalorian.
Sick.
Do you
And it's
remember?
Like, I did like that staff.
In The Simpsons when Mr. Burns died, and then the next season they opened up the season where they say he was taken to another hospital where he was upgraded to alive.
Yeah.
That's totally what this felt like.
Yeah, I mean, he's Boba
awesome.
Fett. What can you do?
You guys know the Patton Oswalt rant, right?
Oh,
Of course.
Okay.
That's the good shit. Thiago, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, says, hello, I'm a fan from Brazil, and we're looking forward to your new series, Vanish, with Donnie Cates.
Thank you.
Very
It's
good.
good news on that front this week. The colors on issue 1 are complete, and I have them.
Awesome.
Now,
send that to me and Griffin.
where could people see that early if they wanted to, by chance, sometime soon? Right?
They could see it on klcpress.com.
Oh, and
Or they could hack into my Dropbox.
just
What's the name of your first childhood pet, by the way, Ryan?
And what city were you born in?
Anderson.
Okay.
And my first pet was Izzy.
Okay, he's just giving them away. And your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
Can't say that because that actually does.
I'm gonna get a couple more folks in here. They've been waiting. Brandon, welcome.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey guys. How's it
John
going?
Swindle. John,
there.
is this your first time with us tonight, John?
It is my first time on the
Oh,
stream.
welcome.
To the stream.
Thank
sir.
you.
Happy to have you. And I'm getting Greg in here too. What up, Greg?
Hi, Greg.
Hey, what's up?
Greg, is it your first time or no?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, we got a couple
Thanks for
of
joining
rookies
us.
in the chat. Happy to have you guys with us tonight. You guys Star Wars fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Well, then you'll love this. Ryan's drawing Darth Vader. Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Do you guys want to talk about Star Trek Prodigy, the new animated series on Paramount Plus?
That's definitely why I came here.
It's not as good as Star Trek Lower Decks. But,
It's pretty good.
Or the rebooted Star Trek.
We got a comment from Trey Harris that says "Supple Boys Time" when we started the stream, which is
you're
what we're thinking
goddamn
about
right.
renaming this show. Supple Boys Time featuring Ryan Stegman.
Can I ask who has the background noise going?
There's someone that has like a lecture or something happening in the background. I'm not sure
It
who it
might
is.
be me. Hang on.
Yeah, go for it.
It was you, Greg.
It was you, Greg. The culprit. Well, awesome. So happy to have you guys with us. We'll be hanging out for a little bit here tonight, and who knows if any amazing friends are going to stop by. Ryan?
If Charles Soule stops by, do not tell him anything that I said about the Mandalorian. Or I mean about Boba Fett.
Because he wrote it, right?
Yeah, but he's like friends with everybody on that stuff, you know, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, I think we should start saying, like, up top in the streams, we're going to be giving this sketch away. We're going to be raffling it off to a lucky KLC Press subscriber. How many sketches are we raffling off tonight, Ryan?
I was thinking maybe I really wasted my day getting this one ready, so I think this might be it.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll do a couple comics as a giveaway after.
Okay, very good.
Sure.
There will be some raffles at the end of this, guys.
Some raffles, and it'll be great. Abigail, why don't you kick us off in a little roundtable discussion here? What have you been up to this week? Anything you've been watching, reading? What's catching your eye?
Well, when I'm watching stuff, like I decide to catch up on Worst Cooks in America.
Okay.
How's that?
Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. All of the recruits that come on the show, they're disasters.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. I feel like I make an episode of that show every night in my kitchen when I don't use it. And then when I do occasionally, whew. Uh-oh. I burnt the cereal, guys. That's insane.
You fucking idiot.
So I don't know what that is actually. I've never heard of it. Is that a show?
Yeah, it's a show on the Food Network.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And I actually just came back from my LCS a couple of hours ago.
Okay, how's that going?
Just catching up on some Venom, Spider-Man Beyond, Dark Ages.
Yeah.
And should we bring up about how JR Jr. is returning?
We should absolutely bring up the fact that John Romita Jr. is back on The Amazing Spider-Man with
Well, can I
Zeb
say
Wells
I've
continuing.
been liking that Beyond.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's been a lot of fun. A lot of great artists on there, and I've been enjoying that story a lot. And so, yeah, seeing that it's going from that to JR is like, what? Like, what more could I ask for as a Spidey fan? Maybe I could ask for Ryan Stegman to be on the book.
Oh, that would be sick.
But other than that,
That's a story I've been meaning to read.
When was the last time Zeb Wells touched Spidey?
I mean, aside from the current, you know, Beyond stuff, I don't know. I mean, certainly, like,
was it Brand New Day?
In any sort of long form stuff on Amazing, a while. Maybe Brand New Day. I don't know.
No, Brand New Day was Quesada.
Well,
Yeah,
it was a
the
rotating. It was a rotating.
But Zeb's a writer.
Mm-hmm. So
Straczynski was the writer. Quesada was the.
Straczynski was prior to Brand New Day, and then he did One More Day, and then Brand New Day happened.
I get those two confused. I just read them this week, and I still have them confused.
Oh, nice. And what are your thoughts? Yeah, those are pretty big stories.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I do have to concede. I did rewatch all the Spider-Man movies before seeing the new one, and while I still do not think Garfield's movies are the best, I do think he's actually a really good Spider-Man.
Oh, fuck yeah! Here we go.
Did it.
I think his movies have terrible writing, but he was whenever he's in the suit, he actually shows like more emotion with his body language than any other actor did. So
He's the best
I'll
actor
give
of
you,
the bunch, for
I'll
sure.
give you some points.
He's very physical as Spider-Man. Griffin and
That's
I
what
always talk
being a
about.
Broadway actor will do. That.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You've got that theater background.
I think a lot of people. Sorry if anybody's now spoiled about No Way Home, but I think a lot of like Twitter is now flooded with people after seeing No Way Home who are like retroactively appreciating Garfield, and it feels good, man.
It's very gratifying.
He's our boy. We love him.
Did you see that quote from him where he said that he was rejected from Narnia because he wasn't handsome enough?
What the fuck
Jesus
is that?
What the hell? And now I'm sure who ended up being Prince Caspian in those movies?
Ben Barnes.
Yeah, it's Crossbones.
All right.
No, that was Jigsaw. Crossbones
Yeah,
is
you're
Frank
right.
Grillo.
You're right.
Oh yeah, he was Jigsaw.
Yeah, Jigsaw. You're
That's
right.
crazy. Yeah,
Good for him.
good for him.
And I guess good for us because if he was Caspian, who knows if he would have been Spider-Man. So
Probably
we would have gotten Aesop Butterfield or whatever the hell they were talking about. Or that was.
I think he would have been good.
Yeah.
I mean, did anyone even see Caspian when it came out?
You bet your ass I was there opening night.
No. We should ask about this. Narnia expert Charles Soule. Charles
is writing the new line of Narnia books called The High Republic.
I read the Narnia books by C.S. Lewis at least 10 times, all of them growing up. They're a real touchstone for me.
Oh, damn, very sweet.
They're very important to me. I did not realize they were a huge Christian allegory until I was like in college. I just was like, these are great books. There's a unicorn in one of them, that kind of thing.
There is.
The
last one.
Yeah, the last battle. But even, like Aslan, he gets tied to a table and stabbed, and then he comes back to life, saves everybody. And somehow, I was raised Catholic. Somehow that escapes me. Stories. I'm a very surface level dude. I like the story. I like the special effects, the whiz bang, the unicorns. That's all I care about.
I like those books.
Pretty good.
So,
well, welcome, sir. We've missed you. How was your holidays? How's 2022 going for you so far?
Holidays were good. I have COVID again. This is my 12th time having COVID. Yeah, and They're all different. Every one of them's a little different. They vary every time. This is the 12th time.
You're up to COVID-13.
Well, you want to know something interesting? Here's something interesting. Okay. So I was like, this is interesting. You know, when I look at the time, I plotted it out on a graph, like the times I got COVID and then sort of what happened subsequent to it. I'm going to read you a string of words. Okay. Listen.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Delta, alpha, beta, gamma, epsilon, eta, iota, kappa, zeta, mu, and omicron, right? That's 11 words, right? And as you know, this is my 12th time having COVID, and it's hard not to. I think I make the variance.
Are you patient zero? Oh my God!
So get ready. I don't know what this one's going to be, but I feel real weird.
This is a big exclusive. Wow.
Do you really have it right now?
What, Ryan?
Do you really have it right now?
Of course not. You crazy?
But no,
I wouldn't dare have COVID. I wouldn't dare, and COVID wouldn't dare have me.
He's got the real vaccine that they give rich people.
Oh yeah, the one that Charles and I got that together in New York.
Yeah.
I'm happy
for you guys.
Disney needs their Star Wars rights.
Pretty often.
no, after COVID-19, everyone has to deal with COVID-17 and COVID-18.
Oh man, damn it! All right,
Charles, we're talking Boba Fett. What are you thinking so far? Did you know a bunch of it already?
I didn't. They really siloed the Boba Fett series, so I did not know very much about it other than some things that are like I knew some things that aren't going to happen, which is useful, I guess, for stories I'm telling. So, but no, I really do basically nothing. I didn't know about those space Vespas that have put corners of the internet into a tizzy. You know, I didn't know about the flashbacks, didn't know about the dances with Tuscans. Homage. You know, look, I am a Star Wars dude through and through, as I think many of us know. I'm one professionally and personally, and so I love it. It's super fun. You know, we'll see what happens. I think it's kind of slow paced at this point. You know, it's like a very, very slow burn. We're halfway through and kind of. I don't know. I'm not sure what the buildup is, what we're building up to. It's kind of strange. But
can I ask you, were you particularly attached to previous expanded universe Boba Fett? And if you were you? How do you feel about that compared to new Boba Fett?
I wasn't. There are big chunks of expanded universe I was super into, all the Tim Zahn stuff. But there are also big chunks of it like that I didn't really read and get into as much, and so. Part of it was the whole kind of role of Boba Fett in the EU. So for me, this isn't really replacing anything like that. I mean, I'm as guilty of replacing EU Boba Fett as literally anyone on this call. I am personally guilty of replacing EU Boba Fett.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool to see these stories being told in live action in a way that is really like beautifully produced and looks really groovy. And I think Tamora Morrison is kind of a tough, scary badass, which is cool.
Yep.
Are we all caught up? Have we all watched through episode 3?
I have not.
You can spoil it. I'm almost done with episode 3.
All right. Well, he has this huge fight scene in his underpants, and he wears like jockey shorts. And he's 61, I think. And he could tear you in half. And I know you're a tough, tall person, but he just looks like he eats phone books for lunch.
He's got a muscle gut.
He could tear you in half, but you'd still want to kiss him.
Well, you know.
He's very tender.
Yeah, he's a nice guy on the show. He's a nice Boba.
Is there any chance
departure
that the what's his name, Kier's whatever the
Christensen?
the new Wookiee, he's going to come back, right?
I mean, I don't know if he's going to come back. I think it's kind of cool that he showed up. It was kind of a. Oh, you mean you haven't seen episode 3 though?
I haven't finished it. So
Okay.
I saw when he sent him off.
Okay, well, yeah, like he just sort of ran off into the desert. I mean, that is not the most dramatic exit for a character I've ever seen in my life. So I could see there being. I mean, whether he comes back here or someplace else, those costumes are not cheap to make. So I would imagine they will find a way to reuse that costume somewhere.
Because he's super cool looking. He's terrifying looking.
Oh my God, he's like
awesome.
That shot in episode 3 where Boba Fett's asleep and then the lid of his bacta tank and he just like there's a snarling Wookiee there. It's scary shit. Wookiees are terrifying.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about a character that has come over from the comic books. So, Charles, is that exciting for you, just knowing that like more and more stuff is seeping over from all the publishing side of things and onto the silver screen?
Oh, absolutely. It's you know, I think it's a great precedent to set. I think that the stories being told in comics and novels are amazing, and so I think. And there's a huge like.
You're not biased though, are you?
What was that?
I said you're not biased, are you?
No, I'm not even talking about my own work, which is the best. But like, there's lots of cool shit. Like Dr. Aphra is amazing. A lot of the stuff Jason did, a lot of Kieran stuff. Like, you know, there are spectacular characters in other media that deserve shots. I mean, Thrawn came over from the EU, and he's been amazing in Rebels and various other things, and Ahsoka, and like I don't know. I think. You know, I am biased because hopefully it means more of my stuff's going to make it in at some point.
Yeah.
But you know, right now
we didn't even talk to you about Eclipse getting announced and the High Republic stuff getting bigger and bigger. That's really exciting.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff in the works for the High Republic, which is great. As one of the 5 people who made that up, like, really exciting. And yeah, I mean, it's just neat to see people embracing it. Like, I had all these like. I don't know. There are a lot of year-end messages from people telling me how much they've enjoyed being able to read the High Republic this year, which is great. You know, you want to do stuff that people care about, which you should try sometime, Ryan.
Can't.
Yeah. No, you only do things you care about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Charles, it's a big time for the High Republic as Phase 1 is wrapping up. We're getting towards the end of the first little chunk of the story here, just over a year since you launched it with Light of the Jedi last January. So how has the first year been? And did you guys learn anything along the way that you're excited to implement into Phase 2 and beyond? Or has this all been kind of going according to plan?
You know, the thing that we, I guess, didn't necessarily expect is like this is I think, you know, you could maybe nitpick a couple of things from like 30 years ago, but basically this is by far the most successful publishing initiative Star Wars has ever done. Like, all these books are bestsellers. The fan response is through the roof. People are drawing the characters, cosplaying the characters, messaging us constantly about them. Like, so it, and mostly it's fun that it's something people have been able to take ownership of in the way that they seem to have. You know, we'll see if that comes back to bite us down the road when things happen to the characters that maybe people don't like as much. But, you know, whatever. But right now, I don't know. It was very, very difficult to do this. There were 5 primary writers, and we had to talk. We continue to talk basically every single day about coordinating the stories, making them all work together. And it was a huge time-consuming headache. But it was a headache that felt worth it at the time, and then to see the results and to see the reaction from people, it clearly was. You know, we got to make a bunch of new sweet Star Wars stuff. So I'm just really happy that I was part of it, and still am part of it.
Hell yeah, man! And it's an exciting, like, interesting time, I think, for Star Wars because, of course, Star Wars has so primarily been considered, starting with the movies and stuff, and of course we've just expanded from that moment on. But we've kind of taken a break from the movies. We haven't had anything since Episode 9, and we don't have any immediate plans. We know a couple of things coming down the pipe, but mostly we're taking some time to dive into new corners with Star Wars with a massive publishing initiative like the High Republic, or we're doing some TV shows and stuff. I do believe Ewan McGregor is back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's an insider track.
So that's the only thing keeping you afloat right now,
It is emotionally. Spider-Man came and went, so now it's on to
exactly.
Waiting for Hayden and Ewan to come back. But so this is super exciting, and I imagine, as you always say, you're a lifelong Star Wars fan. So to be a part of this sort of renaissance for the other little corners of the galaxy far, far away is probably pretty cool.
It is. Do you want to hear something cool?
I would love to.
Related to all this stuff. I get to go to space next month, and about a month from today, I'm going to go to space.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Totally.
For research.
Well, actually, yes. I'm traveling to Star Wars.
Wow.
I'm going to fly to Florida, and then I'm going to go on a spaceship in Florida. It's going to be very exciting.
This is not true. This can't be true.
Ryan, it is completely true. Okay, it's called the Galactic Star Cruiser. It's going to fly all around for 2 days, and it's going to be filled with Star Wars stuff. I'm going to meet all my friends from Star Wars. I presume they'll be there.
Wait a second. When are you going to be there?
I think the voyage on the Star Cruiser is the 17th and 18th, something like to the 19th, whatever.
I'm going to be there at the end of the month.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Not
whatever. Maybe we should coordinate our personal plans off the screen.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I will say, Ryan, there's a chance for you, right? Because one of the things that they're doing is they're like raffling off or doing a drawing for a meet and greet of me. So, yeah.
Are you serious?
So the winners get to go on the Star Cruiser and then have a meet and greet with me and the other High Republic writers.
And you're going to puke on everybody afterwards because you get motion sick?
No, I'll probably just have COVID again. I'll just have another COVID.
There you go.
But in any case, yeah, I encourage you to enter. You never know.
Hey, I feel like we have another new person in the backstage that has never been on here, so I'm going to add this person.
Hello,
Lasha.
Lasha or Lasha?
Lasha?
Oh, I think you might be muted. We can't hear you.
I'm so excited when new people join.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Let's see.
Hello.
Hey, we were just checking in on our new friend here. Yeah, we're still not hearing you. You might want to check your audio settings there and see if we can set you up.
Oh wait, we lost Griffin, and
Griffin crashed, but he's back now. But now there's too many people. Unfortunately, we gotta ask one of our friends that was here from the start to bow out so we can get Griffin back in the room. Apologies, guys. Somebody want to volunteer?
If I win today's drawing, you can boot me out.
All right. I promise that we will give you as fair of a shot as we get everybody else. Bye, Brandon. And now Griffin's back.
What up? What up?
Griffin, did you go enter the contest? Is that what you just went and did? For the meet and greet of me?
There's a meet and greet? It's happening?
Yes, you didn't hear this? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to space in a month. I'm going to the Galactic Star Cruiser. I'm flying up into Star Wars. I'm going to be flying around for a few days, meeting all the people. And as part of that, Star Wars, real deal, Star Wars itself is doing a contest where you can get to go on the Star Cruiser at the same time as me, but we're not going to hang out on the ship. It's just we'll be on the ship at the same time. And then for a limited time, after the voyage is done, you'll have a meet and greet opportunity with me and the other High Republic writers. There will be security there, and it will be very limited in time, that interaction opportunity, but it is open to all. So I urge you and Stegman to try to see.
But you'll tell security that if we're lucky enough to win, you'll tell security, these guys are cool. We can hang.
Hey, this is my friend.
Security is there to do their job. They don't listen to me. They don't want to listen to me, which is important. I think you have to let them assess the threats. As they do.
Sure. So you're
even if we don't win, I've always had the sense that we have this kind of friendship where Griffin or I can call you up on Skype.
You could like sneak away from security a little bit. We could go build a lightsaber or something.
Yeah.
That sounds cool, right? Right, Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll watch the next Boba Fett together or something. Okay, cool.
We have a new friend in the chat here, by the way. Sorry, I was gone when you got in here. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Lasha?
We're getting no audio yet, unfortunately. I think we'll figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah, we all got super excited that there was somebody new in here. But we can't see.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful. Gotcha.
Great. Well, we're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Cool. We do have a private chat over here as well. So if you got anything for us there, we can keep an eye on that.
We're so used to fucking running everybody's tech problems that we're immediately trying to solve it.
Absolutely.
Well, perfect. That's awesome. It's great to see new faces.
Absolutely.
And Charles's sometimes.
Yeah. What is up with you, Ryan?
I also have COVID.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't really. I spent way too long figuring this drawing out today because for some reason I got excited about it. And I basically gave away a whole day of work to do this.
Hey, that's all right. He was feeling inspired. Ryan, you recently had a cover on Darth Vader. It was awesome.
Did that come out?
It is out, and it's pretty sweet. When are you gonna? I really want to see you start drawing some of Charles' High Republic characters. That would be sick.
That'd be cool. Actually, I would like that too.
I think that the reason that this drawing took me so long is because I have a really hard time drawing Star Wars stuff. So I don't know if that's gonna happen.
What do you think it is about Star Wars stuff? You think it's like everything's so particular?
Yes, it's like this helmet. So if you the drawing that I put on Twitter earlier, it actually morphed quite a bit between then and now because I was trying when you're drawing a character that you've never drawn before, and you have to think about their costume, you forget about the gesture, and so like, all these things start like fighting with each other. And so I drew it once, then I redid it, and then I redid it again because I didn't like it, and so it's just one of those things. Like this helmet is insane.
I've always thought about that with Star Wars, drawing a Star Wars book, that it must be like drawing like a technical manual. Like you got to get all the fucking details right.
Yeah, like Darth Vader's helmet is crazy too. It's wild.
Is it a similar experience to drawing Iron Man, Ryan?
Yeah. So I guess that because I do feel like I can do Iron Man now without much problem, and I think that just is because now I know how to do it. So maybe if I drew Star Wars stuff enough, I'd get it down and I wouldn't have to.
Ryan, can I ask you, so just as a theory, right? So with Star Wars stuff, there's only one way to draw Darth Vader's helmet and have it be right. There's only one way to draw Boba Fett's helmet and have it be right.
Yeah.
With Iron Man, you can do it like your own way and people will still know it's Iron Man.
Yeah,
hats, you know?
That's kind of the whole thing. That's one of the cool things about Marvel Comics is that we have all these characters and everybody can draw them however they want. They'll fire you if you're not doing a good job of it. But if you're doing everybody has their own way. The amount of webs on Spider-Man, on his costume, they're never going to say you did too many or you did too little. But they would if in the Star Wars universe, that would be important.
Yeah, it's like a different sort of sandbox because there is such an emphasis on canon and things being the same across all the different platforms and everything.
It makes sense. It's just
making it all feel like the same world, the same characters.
Are comic book fans just more allowing for like interpretation or like?
Well, I would say that it's because comics are they're about the drawing. So
there's been more variation, I think, from the jump with just all the different artists, whereas Star Wars, everything looked the same for so long because it took us a second to get going on doing anything outside of it. So I think that would make sense. Charles,
when McFarlane showed up on Spider-Man, were people like, "What the fuck is this? Why are his eyes so big?
It doesn't even look like Spider-Man."
Well, yes, that's actually true. He got a lot of pushback.
That's so weird.
But he didn't necessarily start out having his stuff be as wild as it became.
Right. Yeah.
It was much more tame, and he slowly eased into it. But he said Marvel would give him a lot of shit about the webs, the way he drew webbing.
The spaghetti
not on the the spaghetti webbing, and they would get mad at the size of the eyes, and then he said he would just make them bigger. He's Todd. He's
Frank Miller was like that too. His early stuff, if you look at his work on like his initial run on Daredevil before he started writing it, very
traditional illustration.
Still, like the action sequences are executed. Like there's a lot of great ideas, but it's very traditional. And then when he starts getting into his own stuff, Sin City and whatever is when it starts to really blow up in a great way. So.
Hell yeah. Charles, we've had a few people in the chat now asking, will there be a follow-up to the Oracle Year?
So the Oracle Year is my first novel. I am doing an edit right now on my fourth. And so that's got to happen. I think I get this question a lot because I tend to end my stories with these big, like kind of world changing events that like, you're like, whoa, it's not exactly a cliffhanger, but it's like, well, I'd like to see the world that is set up by this ending. And so I think all of them, Oracle Year, anyone, and the new one, could all have sequels. It's really just how I want to do it and when I want to do it. When really my job, I think, is to make new worlds and universes and so on. So That said, I think what I might do is explore some of those stories in short fiction, in theory, or like the Anyone TV show that's in development would be like season 1 would be the book, and then season 2 is the sequel that I would intend to write anyway. It would just be done as a show, and then season 3, if it gets that far, would be a like a totally like that one. I don't even know what that is yet, but it, you know, in success, that would be a really cool thing. So
yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of stories that I haven't told yet that I want to tell before I start revisiting old ones, but it's not impossible. I think the most likely one to be sequelized right now is Anyone, but it's not impossible for Oracle Leader, particularly if the TV show happens. So we'll see.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Ryan, can I think you'll think the story is funny. I don't know if you'll think it's funny or not. So you know that Ryan Brown, other Ryan, and I are doing this book called 8 Billion Genies. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
That's coming out in May, and so
Ryan came on here one day and talked a lot. About it.
Yeah, okay, so he knows all about it. So it's going to come out in May, and so we're getting ready for solicits now, which includes listing all the variant covers. So we're talking about who could do variants, and we kicked around you as a name because we're like, Ryan's amazing and he's a friend of both of ours, and maybe he'd do it for us. He's a Detroit boy, and we ended up saying, we don't want to bother him. He could be cranky. But also, I want to throw this out to you. We're like, we weren't sure, because the basic premise is everybody on Earth gets a genie at the same time. And you've seen the genie design, right? It's like the sort of like cartoony genie.
Yeah.
And so we weren't sure that you would enjoy trying to figure out a variant cover for that. Is that true? Did we make an assumption that was wrong, or?
Of course you made an assumption that was wrong. That sounds very fun.
Yeah.
I love cartooning. Is that what you're saying, that I can't cartoon?
No, I just haven't ever seen you do
I'm an amazing cartoonist.
That isn't like what you like this, or like literally everything I've seen from you is this. It's so much you that I've never seen you pull back and do something that's simpler, I guess. I don't even really know what the term I'm looking for is.
Can you do anything else, Ryan? God.
No, this is an honest question, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Like I'm curious how you would approach something like that. Like the main character.
I can do like pure cartooning as well. That was what I initially was interested in when I was younger. I mean, the drawings that I do, I think generally are fairly cartoony. They're just rendered to within an inch of their lives.
Yeah.
Because I love lines.
All right. Well, I think it might be interesting to see one of these genies like done through, I don't know, who knows? Like we have 8 issues, and if you actually would like to take a hack at it, maybe we'll talk about it offline.
You can pay my cover rate of $10,000.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a word for that? Is there a word for that, like cartoony rendering that has like a lot of texture to it and like a lot of heavy line work?
What do you mean? Like the rendering?
Like, is there just a term for that? Like that?
No, that's what I always say though. My favorite artists are guys that draw cartoony that render it realistically. So
totally. Yeah.
So like Jeff Barrow, is that who you mean, or like?
He doesn't really render much, I wouldn't say. It's like Arthur Adams does.
Oh.
Like where there's a real texture. It's a cartoon that you would like see in a Disney movie, except it looks like you could touch it.
Ed McGuinness is like that.
Yeah, Ed McGuinness is definitely like that.
Like Pixar or something?
Well, no, like in terms of line and with ink. So
what about Eric Larson? Does he do it?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane does it.
Okay.
Jim Lee even his stuff's a little less cartoony, but it's cartoony. It's much more cartoony than you would think.
I think Nick Bradshaw. Am I getting the name right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I love Nick Bradshaw.
All these guys. J. Scott Campbell.
Oh, J. Scott Campbell.
There's a lot of good comic book artists.
Because you can. It is like the way that you as an artist are probably like you lump people in categories, like sort of large categories, that non-artists probably don't see this the same way. Like, oh, that guy's a whatever. Oh, that guy's a, which is just an interesting thing to think about. I mean, I probably do it with writers too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Ryan,
you pigeonholed me is what you're saying, and it's
no. Like I would say, like Bendis is a certain type of writer, right? And you know, Tom King, I would say is kind of Bendis-y, right? Like you can see how those two writing styles they're not exactly the same, but you can see how they align in a certain way.
You would assume that they have the same influences and same types of stuff that they like.
Just ways of telling stories, you know, like, and I think you could say in a way like Donnie and Mark Miller are similar.
Yes, absolutely, no question.
They have thematic consistency between them. You know, you could say that I and you know, Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman have real...
You and Bill Shakespeare.
Like, I'm a big mythology person. I'm a huge world builder. I'm a huge like infrastructure beneath the story kind of person. And I think both those guys, although they're both more wildly successful than I am, do that too. So I chose them because they're awesome, but also because there's something there, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just...
would you list those two guys as primary? Like, who would you list as your? Let's say you have 3 primary influences. Who would they be?
As a comic writer, so we're talking about comic writers. Yeah. I think it would be more Gaiman and Bendis, probably those 3.
More Gaiman in a minute. What about as a prose writer?
Neil Stephenson, for sure.
Snow Crash, Reddit.
Yeah, Neil Stephenson.
I'm just bragging right now.
David Mitchell is a huge influence.
William Gibson.
I like William Gibson. I never like. I don't love William Gibson.
Okay.
I would say David Mitchell, Neil Stephenson, and I'm spacing a very obvious. Stephen King. Stephen King's the other one. Those are probably my big 3 in terms of prose writers.
Nice.
What about for you, Ryan? What would you say are like 3 artists, comic book
3
artists?
Primary?
Yeah.
I would have to say, obviously, Todd and Michael Golden. And then it's
you know who I see in your stuff a lot, and you might disagree and not think so, but Joe Mad.
Oh yeah, for sure. Huge influence. Go ahead.
Is your favorite Todd on Spidey or on Spawn?
I think that he really like went insane on his Spawn or on his Spider-Man stuff, and the first issue of Spawn, and then several. You know, he definitely got pressed for time at some point, and it's still great. It's just he didn't have the same sort of rendering. But I think they're pretty interchangeable, honestly.
Okay.
Joe Mad came along when I was, what was I, like 14 or 15, and it was like all I could think about was like, I wonder what Joe Mad's life is like.
And now you live it.
Yeah, and live it. You know what's funny is there's a picture that Tim Townsend I think posted of like I think it was at Joe's wedding, or it maybe was at Tim's wedding, somebody's wedding, and in it, like standing up were like Tim, and there's a Joe in the picture, Mike Turner's in the picture, and a bunch of these guys that I was obsessed with, and I was like, if I would have known that this was going on when I was younger, I think I would have like driven to New York and just like tried to like break in. And then it would have been weird, and I would just be like, I'm just a really like problematic fan.
All right. Are you gonna do shows this year, do you think, Ryan?
It is, yeah. I mean, when I'm going to Orlando for a show when I go at the end of the month. It's a 1-day thing at a hotel, and I made them. They're going to have like the plastic up.
Sure.
And, I mean, I'm not too worried just because I think that I'm vaccinated and boosted and all that. But I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I think my hope is that in a month it'll feel very different than it does now. I think we're already hopefully at the top of it, and it'll start to go down quickly, but we'll see.
I'm thinking we're at the peak right now. So
yeah, that's what all the headlines seem to say. So
yeah.
But like, all right, so pushing ahead from January, February, like, are you going to get back on the circuit, do you think, or are you just kind of over it?
I don't want to do too many
Yeah.
But I will be doing, I mean, there's money to be made, and
yeah,
I want to meet some of the KLC people. At New York, it was really fun to meet like Ryan, Michael, and a bunch of the people that subscribe to the thing, and I want to be able to integrate that convention experience with the KLC stuff in some way. So I'm excited to try that out. Hopefully, when
we've talked about the KLC exclusive party.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
How about from a non-mercenary perspective? You just want to hang out with your professional colleagues and pals. Does that sound good?
Like us, Ryan.
Of course. That
yeah, like me and Griffin.
I feel like I'm going a little crazy right now. I haven't gone to one in a while.
And I realize we're in a semi-public audience here, but that has been the it is not great to sort of go back to this feeling of now you kind of can't do anything for a little while again. And hopefully it's a little while, but it hasn't been fun. I think we all got we all have whiplash from the last 2 years. And
have you had any COVID in your house or no?
No COVID, which has been nice.
We had Harrison over Christmas had it, but he had nothing, no symptoms.
Yeah, we've got piles of rapid tests, and not piles, but we have some, and it's just the way that this has evolved and changed, and it just keeps turning into a new thing is a little. I would rather it turns into an old thing and a thing in the past than just these continual new things. So I guess I should stop getting COVID. But anyway, on that note, the symptoms are starting to overwhelm me, so I think I'm going to go. But it has been very fun to catch up.
Thank you for coming. Love you.
Yeah,
we'll call you. We'll call you later, Charles.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll chat soon.
All right.
See you soon, buddy.
Goodbye.
Bye. Ryan, Josh, Art Jedi Josh is in the chat here. He's been waiting patiently. He even went so far as to say that we stopped checking the chat because we haven't done his question yet. Josh, the Supple Boys don't miss, and Brad Ekman had our back on that, by the way.
Let's not toss accusations around.
Will you ever screen record your layouts slash sketches that you do digitally and maybe post them as time lapses on KLC Press, Ryan? That would be super informative. Plus, it would be interesting to see your work.
I think that this Discord thing that we may or may not have been discussing beforehand is the place that will be going down. So the answer is yes, and also I love you.
Aww.
Beautiful. Also, when we were talking about artists earlier, Seven Heads, 10 Crowns mentioned Michael Golden. He seemed like he really wanted to get that one out there. And we got a super chat from Old School Player 71, unfortunately addressed to you and Charles, but it was pretty much what you guys were just talking about. Have either of you scheduled any cons / conventions appearances for the spring?
Right now, the only actual scheduled one I have is this little small one in Orlando, but there will be, when it's safe, I'll be there.
Beautiful.
Hopefully one near San Antonio or Austin.
For sure.
Dallas.
Well, that's
Toronto.
We're going to Canada.
You guys listen. I love the Dallas show and I love the Toronto show, so I will be back.
Hell yeah.
The Austin one, Donnie lives down there, so that's something that we talk about. I might just go visit down there at some point soon. So
I go down to Austin a lot, so I'm just kind of like, hey, if there's a convention and you and Donnie are there, I will absolutely drive down there.
All right, well, we'll be there.
Ryan, I actually just got your Unknown Comics from that signing you did for 200.
Oh yeah,
it took a while because I know Donnie had to miss it. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I just finally got them in, so thank you for those. They came out great.
Thank you.
I know we've gotten it a couple of times that folks are trying to get into the green room, so I am gonna ask the OG three that were here at the top of the show, Abigail, Ryan, Oscar, if any of you got anything for Ryan for the rest of the evening here. Otherwise, I'll have to cycle you guys out. We got some folks that are waiting. Anyone got anything for Mr. Stegman or anything that they wanted to share before we get new folks in here?
Abigail, you want to go first?
We can start with Abigail.
Good time as always.
Of course. Thank you for being here. Ryan, Michael, anything?
Oh, I just want to say likewise, thank you. It's always awesome dropping in.
Come back by once we've if things. Slow
Yeah,
down.
sure. Yeah, I'll let everyone rotate in. We'll come back and I'll chat.
Same
in a
to
minute.
you, Abigail.
Oh yeah, I'll stick around.
You're
keep
KLC
an eye on
fan of the month, so
Sweet.
Yay.
All right,
Oscar,
guys.
what you
I'll
got?
drop out. Let you guys rotate someone in. Bye.
Thanks.
All
Oscar.
right, bye bye.
All right.
Hi, yeah. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to say that I listened to the Devil's Advocate book club, the last one.
Oh,
that you
yeah.
published. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I started reading the Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Because of
yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've read the first 2 issues, but it seems fun, so I will continue.
It's
to
good stuff.
read everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to keep us
So
up to date. What you think?
Yeah. So thank you for having me here.
Thanks
Of
for
course.
being here.
Talk to you later, man.
Thanks, Oscar.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and jump out too to make more room.
Sure.
But this was
Yeah,
this is fun first time hopping in. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks so
This was
much.
awesome. And just saying, like, it'd be a great couple days late birthday gift if I happen to win. So
Hell yeah, man. Well,
All
make sure
right.
your name's in there in the comments, and
Oh, it
and
definitely
hopefully
is.
it comes out beautiful.
All right, fingers
Beautiful.
crossed, man. Talk to you later.
Cool. Thank you guys.
thank you.
Thank you. Real quick, I'm gonna rotate Brian in. Brian, I've seen you in the green room for a couple minutes now, man. Thanks so much for your patience. You're on the show with us now.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Going well. Are you? This isn't your first time, is it?
This is my first time to join a live stream. I make a lot of
Sweet.
comments
Welcome.
in the daily newsletter.
Mhm.
So
Oh, awesome.
probably saw my ugly mug on the picture there. But,
Got you.
but yeah, first time to join today.
Well,
All right,
awesome.
sweet.
We've got a whole bunch of newbies coming in today. I
Feels
love
good.
it.
Yes.
How have you been, sir? What's been catching your eye? Are you a Star Wars fan? You like what's happening with Boba Fett here today?
This drawing is dope. I will tell you that.
It is pretty
So yeah, I love it. I am a Star Wars fan. I have a small bit of Star Wars trivia. Going back to 1977, I have seen every single Star Trek movie on opening day.
Sweet.
Nice.
Started at the age of 5. So
That's awesome.
Wait, did you mean Star Wars movie?
did I say Star Trek?
Yeah.
You did say Star Trek.
Holy hell. Yes, I mean Star Wars. My bad.
Opening
awesome.
opening day, man.
So what's the
That's
longest you
incredible.
waited outside of the theater? Like, did you camp out for tickets at any point?
No, I was never one of those guys to camp out. It's really funny. I live in Austin. I heard you guys talking about Comic Cons in Austin and things like that, which we need one, by the way. But there is a theater that was in like the not so nicest part of town that you could legit walk up day of show and buy tickets every single time.
You know,
So
I
I did that.
My mother or my uncle, her brother is like the Star Wars fan. The
Your
family.
mother is your uncle. I got it.
Yes, yeah. And she said that it was a very similar thing for her and her siblings. They went opening weekend, I think, sometime in '77, and it happened to stumble across a showing with no lines because maybe, I don't know, it wasn't the best theater, but that's awesome. So how has the energy been then, like across the sort of various milestones of the franchise, the very beginning of it, and then Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith have their own sort of big moments, and then episode 7, of course. Like, what's sort of stuck out going to all those
I have a better question. Can I ask my
Okay,
question?
yeah, Ryan,
shut up,
sure.
Griffin.
How
Fuck me.
long after you saw the Phantom Menace the first time? How long did it take you to admit it was a little bit disappointing? Because like when I saw it, I think I pretended for like a good month that it was really awesome.
Yeah, I don't really talk about my feelings on any of the episode 1, 2, or 3.
Sure.
I think that episode 2 was the one that I liked the least. I was like halfway through the movie. I went to the midnight showing, and when they do that shot where they're like having the picnic on the hill, and Anakin falls off the beast that they're he's trying to show off on. I just turned to my friend and said, "This is the freaking Sound of Music." I was like, "This is a joke." And so that was like the most disappointing moment in any Star Wars movie for me. And that
was
one,
specifically the moment where he rolls down the hill.
that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's when
I think
Star
you mean
Wars
it was the
jumped
most
the shark a
romantic
little
moment in any film.
Yeah, very sensual.
Yeah.
He was riding like a potato with legs or something.
Yeah, cute.
Real quick, we keep talking. I'm gonna get Sean Carter in here though. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hello,
Welcome
hello,
back.
hello.
Welcome back. Good to have you.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's gone through various relaunches, and you've been there for every single one. I think
dope.
I've seen. I saw the first one I saw in theaters was 2, and I've seen all of them in theaters since. So it's been awesome. Episode nothing quite matches that like energy, that hype build to The Force Awakens. That was something really, really special. And then the sort of I guess it's kind of similar to No Way Home, just without like the global pandemic of it all. But like everyone was so excited for it, and it happened, and then afterwards, everyone just loved it, and I miss that happening in Star Wars too, because it was awesome when 7 came out, and the vast majority of folks were like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
I think that's happening right now with the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that.
I
Real
will
quick.
say- oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. It's all right, Greg. Go ahead.
I will say when I went to go watch The Force Awakens, I had completely avoided spoilers like the entire week.
Nice.
And I went with a group of friends, and my friend decides to, when we're sitting in the theater, it's like he goes, "Screw you, Kylo Ren! You killed Han Solo."
No.
What?
No.
We almost got our teeth kicked in that theater.
Dude.
I was spoiled on that in the comment section of a file on Pirate Bay.
Nice.
I was downloading something, and I went in the comments, and it was like Kylo Ren killed, and I was like, "Are you shitting me?"
I got spoiled on Force Awakens during a Destiny raid.
God damn.
Like, we were in that raid for like, I'm gonna say roughly like 3 hours, and this one guy was just so salty about it. He was like, "Are you guys going to see Force Awakens?" Because I guess he had seen an early screening. I was like, "Yeah, Kylo Ren is Han Solo's kid," and then he fucking dies, bro. And I'm just
that's awful. Is nothing sacred?
There was I remember my little brother, like, just days after the movie went out, he'd gone to the Apple store, and someone had changed all of like the backgrounds and lock screens on like the display iPhones to a screen grab of Han Solo getting stabbed, just like days after the movie. And so like
an agent of chaos.
Yeah,
That's some kind of evil.
Picking up these iPhones and just getting spoiled. And this was an Apple store that was right next to a movie theater too, so oftentimes people would kind of go in and like, because it was like in a mall, so they go into the Apple store to fuck around before going to the movies. So it was probably just like awful. I got a couple of things in the chat real quick. Ryan, Hank Barajas, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, says, "Hey Ryan, it's me, Henry. Do you remember playing a lot of solitary during your time at Top Cow?"
Do I remember playing a lot of solitaire?
Yeah, I imagine that's
yes.
Yeah, that's yes. There you go, Hank. He's like, "Fuck yeah, give me more solitaire."
Oh, Henry, there he is.
Henry,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I just met Henry in person. I'm sorry. My cousin wanted to come on the stream tonight, so I have to send this real quick. But yes, Henry, how's it going, man? It was awesome meeting you, and I love you.
Great. And you do remember playing solitaire?
I did. I was a very bad intern. Really quite the problem, to be honest. So yeah.
Well, wonderful. Love the Top Cow team showing up. Josh says as soon as the Discord's live, he's gonna hop on it. It's coming soon. Stay tuned, Josh. We're excited about that. 7 Heads, 10 Crowns gave us a super chat for $5. One thing that intrigued me the most about KLC Press was you starting a studio like Extreme. Are there any upcoming artists that you have an eye on, Ryan Stegman?
Yes, there will be an announcement coming this month about spin-off. I think we've probably talked about it, but we'll just pretend.
Do believe we've teased it, but just in case.
Yeah,
it's Griffin.
Yep, Griffin is now an artist. And
oh yeah,
he's just starting, so you guys are gonna have to go easy on him.
It's real bad, but
yeah, I mean it's awful.
It's
yeah,
but well, yeah, it'll be all right.
It's kind of for the comedy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, if y'all want to rotate someone in, I gotta get to making dinner for tonight.
Absolutely,
so,
thanks for joining us.
But no, thank y'all for having us. Thank you. I'm glad I finally got to see a live show.
Happy to have you, sir. Be sure to come back.
Oh
yeah. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Thanks, man.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Greg is out. Huey is in. Welcome, Huey, to the show. Real quick, we got some stuff. Not much, brother. Just doing a stream, drawing a Boba Fett. We do have a question from. I'm gonna go with Lasha. Is that like how you pronounce your name? You can either say yes or no in the chat, or you can put a like your pronunciation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nice try, Griffin.
So Laisha.
Oh, Laisha, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Wonderful.
I like it.
Laisha has a question. Are you all excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series coming out?
Oh my God.
I thought it was really cool. They were bringing back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. The answer is yes. Yes.
We could not be more excited. Griffin and I met Hayden Christensen and took an awkward photo with him at New York Comic Con.
Where is it? I actually usually just have the photo.
I'll put it up on screen. I'll put it up on screen. It's so embarrassing. Griffin kind of posted up and looked handsome. I was like, I'm tripping out. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, I'll have to pull that up for sure. We're big Hayden fans. We're prequel babies. We cannot wait for this.
Yeah, it's
Ryan's really excited too.
Yeah, you
I am. I love all these things. I love the fact that these are just on my TV and that I can watch them with my kids.
Just kind of watch them whenever.
I can ruin their nights with it.
I'm very, very excited. Ewan McGregor is one of the best performers that we've got. He doesn't do enough, I say. Where's more Ewan McGregor? I loved him in Birds of Prey in the comic book realm. I thought he was fantastic as like their take on Black Mask. I thought was obviously it pissed so many fanboys off. But I don't know. I thought that was like a really interesting way to do that character. And that movie as a whole, I really enjoyed.
Yes.
So I remember in that Fantastic Four movie when they did Galactus and it was just like a crappy cloud.
Yeah, it was a fart cloud.
Yeah. The fart cloud Galactus.
Which is so weird because Silver Surfer was so good in it.
Mm-hmm. He was, dude. Oh, dude, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
the
that's
voice
great.
for fuck. Who's it's the guy in all Guillermo del Toro stuff and Shape of Water.
Oh yeah, Doug Jones. Yeah,
Doug Jones was actually was the body of it all with
Morpheus's
voice. Yeah, Morpheus's
stuff.
voice coming out of his face is perfect. It's perfect. That's so Silver Surfer.
Here's the picture of me and Griffin with Hayden Christensen and me freaking out.
Yeah. Yes.
Hayden looks pretty like he's freaking out. He's like, I can't believe I'm meeting these podcasters.
The supple boys. Lucky him.
Yeah, man.
We came up to him and he was like, "What pose do you want to do?" And we were like, "I don't know. What do you want to do, Hayden Christensen?"
That's funny because there was. So we were in line. We've told the story several times before, so sorry if anyone's hearing it again. We were in line at New York Comic Con to take the photo with Hayden because Ethan and I show up with limited cash and we're like, we have a little bit to spend on if we found anything on the floor or something like that. And then we were like, you know what, Hayden Christensen is here. Fuck it. We're gonna meet Hayden Christensen. And so we were.
And was I pleased with you when I heard this?
Absolutely.
No, everyone
you said, boys, that's the best use of your money possible. And we told Charles Soule, and he was like, "Oh well, when are you doing it? I'll come hang out." So Charles Soule waited in line with us to meet Hayden Christensen, almost was in the photo with us, and then had a hard out
Brutal.
Just about 10 minutes before we got to the front. But we spent the whole time chatting with Charles about Star Wars, of course, but also trying to figure out what do we do when we get up there? What pose are we doing? And then we were like, we could do a thing where he's like, we're younglings and he's killing us or something like that.
Yeah, I really wanted us on our knees, like pleading, and he's like striking us down.
And then I was like, we don't have a lightsaber.
And I said, we'll edit it in afterwards. Yeah.
And then
sold on it.
We were coming up with stuff right up till the moment that we were like next in line, and then we were like, "Oh my god!" Like that's just Anakin Skywalker standing.
It's really weird to see how. He's so handsome. Like he's unrealistically handsome. And it's very trippy.
And then you get up there, and he's talking, and I don't know why I thought he would sound different, but he just sounds like Anakin. And he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And we're like, "Yeah, good. How's it going for you? You want to cross our arms, fold our arms? That works, right?"
Is that cool?
And then it's done. They take the photo and you say bye, and it's like a fever dream for 30 seconds.
A hook that comes out from the side. And they pull you out.
Yeah.
And then I look at the photo and I say, "Can we try it again?" But by that point, we're already ejected from the building.
They're like, "Do you have $200 more?"
Nope. I work at KLC Press.
How dare you?
Oh fuck. We're very thankful that Ryan Stegman pays us and that we don't have to work in retail anymore because of Daddy Stegman, and it's been the greatest gift he could ever give us. Sean, we haven't really heard from you just yet. How have things been, sir? Anything you're watching, reading, catching your eye you want to chat about?
So I've been watching Boba Fett because I was never able to experience the original 3.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So I went into Boba Fett wanting to see what all the fuss was about with Boba Fett. And it's fine.
Okay.
Like I feel like I should be asking like hardcore fans, is there something I should be reading or something so I could see why everyone is just salivating at the mouth for Boba Fett?
Well, I'm sure you've heard this, but like everybody just thought his armor was really cool in the originals. Like he just stood around and they were like,
and I thought it was more to it than that. I didn't realize it was just he just looks bad.
Yeah, he's cold, man. He looks cold. Well, Brian was there. Brian, what was the reception? What was the Boba Fett fandom during the heyday, the 80s and everything?
So there really wasn't a big fandom. He had such a very small role in both Jedi and Empire that he took Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. That was basically it, and then he died. End of story. The figure, I'll tell you, because and I typed this in chat earlier. When I was in 2nd grade, before Empire came out, my aunt picked me up from school one day and had this little cardboard box. It was just nothing on it. And I opened it up and that Boba Fett figure was in it.
Oh,
and
nice.
I didn't there was no big hubbub about it at that time. It was just something you sent off box tops for or something, and they sent it back to you. But they were like, this is a new character that will be in the next Star Wars movie. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I literally took it home. I took an empty butter bowl, filled it with water, and put him in it and froze it, and that's what I did with all my figures. I was like, this is Hoth, and then I would jam them out with an ice pick. But Boba Fett didn't become a big deal until I think the comics.
And from everything that you read and watch, people of that generation, they're all like, well, you see him, and Darth Vader, who's the baddest bad guy, is no disintegrations this time. So we're all imagining that he's the most loose cannon cool guy in the galaxy that's just going around collecting bounties and disintegrating. And then there was a bunch of expanded universe stuff and whatever. Tom Taylor did a really great Boba Fett story in the old EU. Lots of cool stuff, and then now we're learning that he's He's Tamara Morrison.
You're goddamn right. Dances with Tuscans was a great one from Charles Soule earlier in the night. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, man. I mean, Sean, your guess is as good as mine as to what everyone's coming to Boba Fett looking for.
Yeah.
And Lacia's in the chat here saying that you can watch Clone Wars, of course, and there's a little bit more on the Boba Fett origin story of it all. Of course, I'm sure you're familiar that Sam Jackson chopped his dad's head off, and so he's a little peeved about that. I will say I had a Mace Windu fan theory for the end of Mandalorian for the season 2 finale. I was like, it's gonna be Mace Windu coming back because we got Sam Jackson waiting in the wings, and he was such a good friend with Yoda. And it would be such a surreal thing for him to be raising, extensively, this not Yoda's kid, obviously, but somewhere in the same tree as Yoda.
Yoda's nephew.
Yoda's nephew, yeah.
For years though, just because I didn't watch Empire when it came out. I didn't even think about Empire until years later. But when I used to ask friends about it, they would always say, "Oh no, he looks cool, but he gets eaten by this monster underground because it stays in the dirt." So young Sean's headcanon went, "Oh, so he got eaten by one of those tremors like in that Kevin Bacon movie."
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
So that was my headcanon for years.
And then I saw
the prequel. So yeah. I've always seeing him coming out of the Sarlacc in the first episode. I'm like, okay, so there is no Kevin Bacon anywhere to be found in this.
No, that we know of.
Cool.
No.
Yeah,
he was in the expanded universe. He's not canon anymore.
Yeah. I will say, I think the ultimate thing for me, I gotta have the Boba Fett Mace Windu fucking showdown. I gotta have
you got it in Clone Wars.
Come on, no, I want it. I want old man fucking Sam Jackson to crawl out of some hut or something where he's been hiding for 40 years. And I want fucking Tamar Morrison and him to go head to head. I want Tamar Morrison who, so far in the show they've been like, he's kind of found himself a little bit more. He's more of an anti-hero. He's not a total bad guy. I want him to say fuck all that, forget all of that. When he sees Mace Windu, he's like nothing matters. My time doing ayahuasca with the sand people doesn't matter. My literal rebirth coming up from the Sarlacc pit, forget it. I'm gonna take this dude down. That's what I want. I need that.
I mean, they're two guys that had sort of embarrassing falling deaths. And so I think it's the ultimate showdown.
Maybe that's how they relate to each other at the very end of it too.
Maybe they fall together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. They're fighting on the way down, like Harry and Voldemort. That'd be good.
I was just wondering if R2-D2 saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple when Anakin was killing all the younglings, and maybe that would be fun. Yeah. I'm just so intrigued and excited to see where that's going.
It's so weird.
And Lucasfilm knows what they're doing. They said, we're going to give you a year off from Mandalorian, so then when season 3 comes back, you're going to lose your minds. It's going to be the hype is going to be so unreal once again. Very good move. But I'm going to come down to Huey. Huey,
hey,
how are you, sir?
I'm good. How about you? I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome, man. Well, we're happy to have you. Anything you've been watching, reading recently that you wanted to chat about on the show?
Obviously, a lot of stuff by these Donny Cates and Stegman guys.
Yes.
I've heard of them.
If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't be here.
Well, you may have been a listener of our podcast, Supple Boys. And
if I could throw this out, if anybody hasn't said it yet, that kid, Art of Jedi in there, Josh, I've been following him on Twitter for a while. That kid is amazing. Go check him out.
So good.
Yeah.
He's great.
I think
he's going to be a big thing someday.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt. I don't think anyone who's seen any of Josh's stuff would say otherwise. He's fantastic. And Josh, go do your chores or something so you can have some cash to get in here.
I've been trying to get Josh to sell me some commission pieces and stuff on the cheap before he gets famous.
Yeah, man. I mean, get in early. Get in while
that's smart. That's the way to do it.
You a Star Wars fan, Huey?
Not in that traditional sense. I like them. I watch them. I catch every Mandalorian. I'm behind on Boba Fett, but you're
a casual fan.
Throw the word fan out the way most of them do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No worries. You think Boba Fett looks cool?
Say that again.
Does Boba Fett look cool?
Of course, he looks cool.
He looks cool. Yeah.
You know what I love is that the really gross Star Wars fans are like so upset that Disney has ruined Boba Fett for them, and I think it's delightful. I really
think
like
that's it. Because if you look at all the old movies and stuff, he's like the worst bounty hunter you've never seen.
Yeah, man.
I like the theory that he was like the Mr. Bean of the Star Wars universe.
Yes. I had a wonderful sort of fan casting in my head forever, because you knew they were going to bring Boba Fett back, and he was sort of like, how great would it be if
it's Mr. Bean?
It's Mr. Bean. I was like, what if they did do like a sort of, he looks awesome and he can maybe occasionally accidentally pull off some dope stunts, but like he takes it off, and of course, he's got
like,
the music.
It's me.
I thought it'd be great if he took the helmet off and it was Taika Waititi, and he was just kind of going around the galaxy being his he's like.
I would have loved that.
I'm Boba Fett. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like fucking around.
I would have loved that.
Oh my god. Here to
it's
talk
a star-studded night.
It's a star-studded night, everybody. The newbies in the chat, you're in for a great show. We had Charles Soule earlier, and now we've got Mr. Scotty Young. Hello, sir.
What up?
Hey,
Hi,
man.
Scotty.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. Chatting a little Star Wars.
Oh my god, you bunch of nerds.
Yes. Listen, Scotty, real quick. I'm getting Joe in the chat.
As I say, I'm literally getting ready to log on and watch the new episode of Boba Fett.
Queuing it up. I see it. All right, Scotty. The first thing I'm going into here with you, though, is Ethan and I have been going back and forth, talking about how great it's been. Because last time you were on the stream, we had a second to talk about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man being the best. And
you really backed this
up. Hold on.
Yes.
I don't know if I said he was the best.
Okay, but you went to bat for him.
Oh, I absolutely love him. I've been having this conversation with my 12-year-old a lot. Lately.
You really backed us up on that, and now we've all been vindicated.
Because the whole internet has collectively decided, you know what? You're right. We love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the new movie yet, and I don't
Oh,
need to
damn.
because
Oh, he's not in it.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. No.
there's no reason. He's not in it?
No, he is. He's in it.
I don't like that you guys are playing with my emotions.
He's once you see him alongside the other ones, you're like, oh yeah, he's the best.
He's amazing.
He
looks so much like a Steve Ditko drawing.
Totally.
Like his weird big pompadour hair.
Yeah.
He's like so skinny and wiry. Like he's physically the best Spider-Man on screen.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah. If they had just stuck him in a sweater vest and like a blue blazer, like he would have been the spitting image of Ditko's Peter Parker.
His classic blue suit.
What'd you say, Huey?
Am I allowed to argue with Scotty Young on this?
I don't know, Scotty. Are you ready to get in the trenches?
Argue at your own peril.
Andrew Garfield is a 6 foot tall, beautiful man with great hair and 6 skateboarding skills.
Yes.
Didn't buy it as Peter.
Griffin and I will argue about this all day. Peter Parker is canonically hot. That's why he has all these girls coming after him. In the Ramita run, we find out that he's really hot. He's just always had social anxiety and glasses.
So my 12-year-old has been. The other day, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to watch Amazing Spider-Man. Do you want to come down and watch it with me?" And he was like, "Yeah." Usually, if I ask him to come down and watch a movie, he's like, "Nah, maybe later." That's his answer all the time. Nah, maybe later. He's 6th grade, right? He doesn't want to hang out with his dad. But he said, "Yeah." So he sat down and watched it. And he was like, "That's pretty cool." But he just finished Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's first Spider-Man, and I was like selling him. I'm like, I love Tom Holland, but man, it's Andrew Garfield. Now it's hard because Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a
hot dog water
garbage fire. Like it's brutal.
I would say from the script standpoint, Absolutely.
It
looks great
because I wanted Jamie Foxx to just crush it.
Yeah.
And they gave that dude like storm level dialogue, like X-Men.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you know what happens to a frog when it gets hit by lightning? I mean, could you believe the punchline was the same thing that happens every
I love that. It's memorable.
Yeah.
Are you happy to hear that he's just Jamie Foxx in No Way Home? Like he's just being Jamie Foxx Electro?
Well, I didn't hear that, but thank you for spoiling it.
Yeah. Well, he's in the trailer. He's in the trailer.
Spoilers.
Maybe I don't watch trailers, Ethan.
All right.
Fuck. Oh, damn it.
Fair enough, Scotty.
Yeah, no, I'm a big. I tried to tell back. He's really into the Tobey Maguire one. I am not one of the people who think Spider-Man 2 is one of the best comic book movies of all time.
Really? Wow.
I'm just not in it.
Hot take.
I like that one. You like it though, or you just?
I don't know. I mean,
wow.
Oh, wow.
This is a big call.
I was a tough one to please back then. Like when they were first coming out, because I was like, I loved Blade. I don't think Blade gets near enough love.
No, absolutely, especially the first one.
For coming out of the gate and just being dope as hell. For one of the first comic book movies. Like, it definitely doesn't get the love that I think that it should get for opening that door. I think the X-Men movies are pretty not good.
Yeah.
You don't like them? I like the first one.
I don't know.
It's a lot cheesier than I remember when I rewatch it, but I guess I still have nostalgia for it or something.
But the Tobey Maguire ones, like I like the first one. Okay, I think there was parts of the second one. I guess what I always have problems in comic book movies with the villains. I thought Doc Ock was such a weird villain because he was like, as a good guy, he was like, I'm going to bring free energy to the world, and to do so, I must surgically implant metal octopus arms to my spine. Okay. And when that goes wrong, I'm going to rob a bank so I can continue to try to give free energy to the world.
Don't ruin this movie for me.
That's literally his villain. And the money bags had dollar signs on them. Like,
yeah, like a comic book.
Like I was watching like a Yosemite Sam cartoon.
Yeah, I love that. He's like, I'm going to bring renewable energy to the world. All I have to do is I personally have to stand here forever taking care of the solar flares.
Right.
Metal arms.
Then when I'm a villain, I'm going to put on a cool trench coat, goggles, and then I'm going to hurt people trying to replace the energy that creates.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to also still try to do it again.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's kind of like a really altruistic villainous plot. But then I did tell my son, I said, you're probably going to like it. You're going to love it. But then Spider-Man 3 is
just the worst.
Wow.
Just awful. My neighbor, because we all went to see No Way Home, and then his daughter was like, I want to watch all the Spider-Man movies. And he would text me and be like, yeah, we're watching the first one. And he's like, oh, that was pretty good. Second one, oh, yeah, I really like that. I didn't know that I would like that so much. And then he was like, we're about to watch a third one. I was like, oh, boy. You might want to leave your daughter to watch that one.
Well, we've been teasing it forever, but we're going to do an event here with Donnie Cates soon where we watch my re-edited version of Spider-Man 3, where our fans claim that I fixed it. I don't know. That's for you guys to decide.
That's for you guys to decide.
Yeah, has this been explained to you, Scotty, this nerdy thing that Ethan did?
No, but
I recut it. Griffin did a cut of the Garfield movies, and I did a cut of Spider-Man 3 where I listen. People have praised it, but that's for everybody else.
I have not heard this scheme. I'm in.
We're gonna have to do a screening of it. They're genius.
I wish that I was special in saying that I think the best Spider-Man movie, maybe the best comic book movie of all time,
is Into the Spider-Verse.
It's just ridiculous.
It's a good one.
It's ridiculous how good that movie is.
It's a good one.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I just watched it this week, and it was just like, this is silly. How hard they dunk on everybody. You guys think the comic book movie's cool? Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
It was the first time that you saw Spider-Man on the big screen, and he like moved like Spider-Man always did when I was reading the comics, like the way that my brain could, because you can't really do it in live action without bending reality a little bit. That's kind of the
right.
whole
And the subtle moments were the best for me. It's like when they were in the snow outside of the lab, and Peter B. Parker just goes, "Okay, cool, I'm gonna go," and he like just whips up, but he only swings like 10 feet above the ground, and it's such a subtle, good moment.
Yeah.
Visually, and the way he's like having fun with it because he's done it a million times.
Yeah,
like it reminds me of like one of my kids. They don't just walk in straight lines. They do like a weird 6-year-old parkour where it's always like
because it's already got like an airtight Lord and Miller screenplay, and then on top of it, it's like we're just gonna do a groundbreaking style of animation, like just as like the icing on the cake.
And then to have one of the dopest soundtracks that
like crazy.
Daniel Pemberton, I believe. Pemberton. He's awesome. I can't fucking wait for the sequel. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. So what else is going on, guys? How's it going? You guys just
Boba Fett.
Star Wars. That's what we got. Sorry, I'm drawing winners here currently.
I'm drawing winners for our raffle.
Scotty, Harrison ran inside when he got home from school today and immediately called Milo.
Did Milo answer?
Yeah, they were talking and playing again.
Hey, Mama.
Beautiful.
Milo, take your headphones off. You talked to Harrison today? What'd you guys play? Oh, you did a 3-way? Chat, guys. Chat.
All right. We're chatting amongst ourselves.
You chat.
Really saying they did a 3-way chat.
Yeah. It's funny. Yesterday, Ryan, our oldest kids are about a year apart.
Yeah,
and they would get on and talk anime and Roblox and stuff or Minecraft, and then yesterday we were talking. I was like, man, I didn't realize Harrison and Milo were so close in age, and so they got they exchanged their information. And Ryan texted me, was like, wow, man, these two are way more outgoing than and Baxter. And he's like, it sounds like you're having a party in there. And I was like, yeah, my man does not shut up. Like he narrates every single second of his day. Like he's like, all right, I'm just gonna turn this wire on. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get some soap.
I've noticed that like with my little brother, I've noticed that like there's this influence of YouTube gamers where it's like everything is narrated like nonstop.
That's exactly it. And he's like, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
Or he's like, not bad. I'm improving.
That's awesome.
What Star Wars stuff are you guys talking?
Well, we're talking a lot of Boba Fett because Ryan is drawing. He's wrapping up here this Boba Fett piece, fighting Black Christensen. How do you say his name? Am I saying that right? Ethan, check. Can I get a check from the chat? Am I saying that name right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I think you're saying it.
Ethan should be Garfield's stuntman in the next.
Oh, I was just throwing that up there. We didn't have to talk about it.
Oh,
I was just throwing up that very flattering chat message.
Yeah, we also didn't need to mention that Steven was saying that I should write the next season.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about any of this. Scotty's here. It would be wrong to bring it up.
I like it.
We're talking a lot of Boba Fett tonight. Charles stopped by earlier, so it's been a lot of Star Wars this evening, which is
and great. Charles, of course, the creator of Star Wars.
Yes.
So it was good timing.
Where are you at in Boba Fett right now, Scotty? Are you going
I watched episode 1 and 2 of Xena Warrior Princess Fett.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Where do you stand on episode 1?
I'm just kind of there right now. I don't have big feelings either way. It is. I have, and Ryan will know this. I've always said it. Anytime somebody says to me like, "Oh, Boba Fett's my favorite character," I'm like, "Nah, he's really not." Like I know you're saying those words, but he's not. Like because like he is a cool action figure. That was dope, and he has a really cool helmet. And it's really weird because he really does not wear that helmet in the show very much.
He does not.
Honestly, though, I didn't have wild expectations. I thought that we got a pretty good Boba Fett show out of the Mandalorian. So because that dope helmet's still there. So I can't really be let down. I am curious what their goal is.
Like, there's got to be something big that like blows the doors off at some point.
it seems a little like why? Like I'm just saying why is this show at the moment?
Fett.
And yeah, it's Boba Fett. Yeah.
The why is Sam Jackson's gonna come back and they're gonna fight and it's all gonna be worth it.
I really
That's
hope
what I'd
so.
say. That would be sick as fuck.
Yeah, I was literally getting ready to sit down and push play on the new episode while Casey was back. I don't know what she's doing actually, and then I was like, I looked at the time. I was like, oh, Ryan texted me to maybe come on, and I figured I didn't know if you guys would still be on.
Yeah,
we're still here, brother.
We're still going.
I went and got.
talking about Boba.
This is my favorite Christmas present ever. Hold on, let me see if I can do it.
Let's see, I can blow it up here.
Hold on.
Wow.
Oh, very nice.
It's my indoor fire pit.
Well, that's cool. Do you just have to like put fuel in it or what?
Yeah, well, it's like isopropyl alcohol.
Oh,
so it just burns straight up, and it's fucking awesome.
That is pretty sweet.
Because we got so used to sitting outside around the fire pit, and then now that it's cold, we were like, oh. So this is what Casey got me this for Christmas. So now we watch all shows around our little indoor fire pit.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Elisha is saying that she would love to see Ventress show up as a bounty hunter on Boba Fett, and that would be fucking awesome.
That'd be cool.
Actually.
That'd be really cool.
More Clone Wars, and I bet Filoni's like, yeah, let's do it.
There's big rumors about Cad Bane. That could be cool.
That would be sweet. I would love that. Just more bounty hunters. Bring them all in. Where's Bosk?
Where the fuck is Bosk?
Bosk is
where are his big scaly
guy, right?
feet?
Bosk is Big Lizard Man. Yeah.
Oh, which one's Bandage Head?
Oh, that's oh god, I cannot believe I'm actually forgetting.
Dengar. Griffin, do you even know Star Wars?
Dude, there was a time where I could like spit it, dude. Like, it didn't matter.
Ryan,
it didn't matter. I know all of them.
Ryan, do you remember the daily sketch I did of that guy where his wife was yelling at him and she also has bandages?
No, I don't remember.
She's yelling at him because anytime Darth Vader like calls him, he runs to him. And she's like, "I don't care if that dude's calling you."
That's awesome.
But as a kid, I was always like, "What is up with this guy? Like, why is he so hurt?"
Who knows, man? What happened? What happened, Dengar? And you'll find out in Disney Plus's Dengar.
Everyone gets it.
Streaming exclusively this spring, I'm sure. I'm gonna add Blaze in here.
Buddy.
What
it's
up,
finished.
Blaze?
Whoa, we're done.
Blaze is making it in the final hour. Welcome, sir. Just saying hey. Look at this Boba Fett.
I know it's nap time, but say hi to everybody.
He doesn't like Boba Fett.
Blaze's kid hates Book of Boba Fett.
Confirmed.
Okay, we'll say goodnight to everyone then. Always good to see you guys.
See ya, Blaze.
Later.
I wanted to point out this comment. Redback says, "Sorry to burst your bubble, but Ventress is dead. So was Boba Fett."
Yeah. Ryan Michaels in the wings again. Welcome back, sir.
Hey.
So, Boba Fett's done, Ryan. I do have a winner ready for us.
Oh, let's do the drum roll, everybody.
Is it Scotty Young?
Drum roll. Drum roll.
It's not Scotty Young. I'm sorry. It's Adam M.
Warlock?
So congrats, Adam M.
Congrats, Adam.
I don't think we have more than one Adam M. So it should be you if you're
Goat or not.
Adam, I believe, was a yearly subscriber.
Okay.
All right. Way to go, Adam. You did it.
Thank you, Adam.
When you guys pick a winner, do they have to be they have to be there?
No.
We announce it in the post, the recap post that'll come out tomorrow as well. So
I'm really on the fence because we did our first live stream last night, and we gave away the drawing, and they were not there, and I kind of wanted to do it like old school high school basketball.
You gotta be there to claim it, man.
Yeah, like old high school basketball game where you got your little like raffle tickets, and they kept one for them, one for you style.
Yeah.
And they'd call out the number and they're like, all right, one more time. And then if you don't show, if you're a buster and you're out there getting popcorn, you just lose out.
Hang on one second. I'm going to get the other thing that we're going to raffle off. 1 second.
Okay.
That would certainly be a good point of difference from our streams. It's a lot more intense over on.
I just want to get all aggressive, like really make you lean in and stay.
Yeah.
Well, Scotty, it's your stream now, man. Ryan's gone.
Hey.
So.
Start drawing.
Quick. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Scotty Young while we got him here?
Sure, I got one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
Fireside.
I got a super serious question.
Okay. Super serious.
How did Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman convince you to do a Vanish cover that was not a baby cover?
Honestly, I try to do non-baby covers anytime I get a chance. I mean, Marvel lets me do them whenever I want, but that is a situation. Look at this. You guys think Ryan Stegman's the
yeah.
Marvel lets me do it like whatever I want, whenever I want, but it's like I thought this baby cover thing would last about 2 months back in 2012. I mean, if anybody's keeping track, it's 2022 now.
Yep. 10 years.
Has it really been 10? That's nuts. I didn't even realize that.
10 years. Yeah.
Is the Marvel Now one your first baby cover?
The Marvel Now initiative, was.
Oh shit, I have that one. Awesome.
Yeah, they literally, it was a Midtown exclusive, and it wasn't even anybody's idea. It was George Belliard's that was like, oh, I've seen him draw like the X Babies, like Arthur Adams style or whatever, like Muppet Babies. You guys should have him do that, and they were like, cool. And then that cover sold 6 trillion copies or something. And it's just been going ever since. So
I was actually going to ask you something about those because they usually have like a punchline or a joke to them. Have like, how long does that take? And has one ever been a hard one to crack? Like Marvel asks you to do one and you just can't think of a joke.
Yeah, there you go.
That's rad.
Ryan, that's so much better than your detailed one.
That's pure Keith
you,
Giffen.
Ryan.
Pure trencher right there.
That's Keith Giffen.
I would like to say that Adam M is in the chat, and his name in the chat is Morbid Obesity. So that's cool.
Good job, Adam M, aka Morbid Obesity.
Here's the second thing I'm giving away. This will be the first one I signed. This is the cover that I did with Todd Inked.
Nice.
That's a big giveaway.
Look at that.
It's almost as if these
that's so cool. Look at the way that hand looks. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
You can't really see it's blurry, but it's so detailed.
It's almost as if subscribing to KLC Press is an incredible value proposition.
and you can do it from klcpress.com. And while you're at it, I don't know, maybe smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button.
If you feel up to it.
Did you have a good time tonight? I did.
I did
too.
everybody
should be hitting the subscribe and whatever.
Hit it as hard as you can.
There we go.
Listen, Ryan convinced me. I think I'm going to buy a car from him now. That's how
great. Brilliant. All right, Ryan. I do already have a winner for this one.
All right, drum roll again, everybody.
All right, the winner of this is a man named Brett Johnson.
Brett Johnson.
Good job, Brett.
Congratulations.
Brett is a GOAT subscriber, so
wow.
What a pick. What a win. Are we doing any more? I did draw 2 more names in case you had anything else laying around.
Yeah, I've got stuff laying around.
Oh, see, look at that.
We'll dig
for this next 2 people,
this copy of
you're welcome.
Pluto,
I just put this in there.
Number.
What the fuck is that?
He's just pulling books off the bookshelf.
You guys have not read Pluto. Everybody needs to get on it right now.
Awesome. I love the idea of you signing someone else's book, just pulling out a Bible and signing it.
Well, we are technically a retailer now. And so now we get all the posters and promos from all the companies that send them out for free. So I was like, I think I'm just going to start drawing mustaches and shit. Adding posters and then signing them.
Green and Black 1 variant. How's that?
That's pretty cool.
Look at that art. Oh
God.
What he's doing.
Yeah.
Wow, good work, Scotty.
All right. I know who this one's going to. This one's going to C Briscoe,
Whoa.
Briscoe, be Briscoe. If you're in the chat, that's you. That's
Great
all you.
stuff.
You get the King in Black #1.
All right, that's all I'm giving away.
Okay.
Hey Ryan, I have a big voice acting Easter egg for you. I'll ask you 2 questions. One will help the other. You're a big fan of What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Of course.
Okay. Does the droid sound familiar to you?
The droid from
Boba Fett.
Yes.
I do say, oh boy.
Oh, it is him?
It is Laszlo, my dear
Matt
friend. Yeah, it's Matt Berry. So
That makes sense.
yeah, I just knew you'd get a kick out of that because I also love What We Do in the Shadows.
I love how these
good.
Star Wars these new shows they just employ like every comedic actor that exists.
Yeah,
Favreau's got all the connections in the industry, so he's just pulling everybody in.
In the newest one, the water merchant is Stephen Root, who's in a million things. Most recently, he's the new Cringer in Battle Cat. But more famously, it'll be kind of weird. He's the stapler guy from Office Space.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. So now the stapler guy is in Star Wars.
Well, he's also he's in Get Out. He's the I Need Your Eyes fellow.
Oh, right.
From Get
He's
Out.
also got a great role in Barry. If anybody's watched Barry,
Barry's great.
Oh yeah, Barry's good.
Before we end, I wanted to point out that Move the Car Sal says, "Hey, would love a birthday shout out. Just turned 40 while watching the stream. Thanks for all you do. Love the streams and the supple boys.
I
we
don't
love
think
you.
so.
Happy birthday.
No.
Happy birthday,
No,
Kid
these are
Sal.
free. Yes, happy birthday. Move the car.
Happy birthday, Move the Car. Move the car, Sal.
Move the car, Sal, for God's sake.
Or move
All
the
right.
car, Sal.
Very interesting.
See, that's what an actor does. They interpret things, multiple ways. And if you
you come at
recall,
it from different angles, yeah.
if you recall, one of the previous shows we did do a little dramatic reading, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. We're very talented.
Well, when they do a casting call for Dangar, they'll give you a call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe, you barely said anything all night. The one thing you get in is a dig, huh?
I had
That's
to
pretty
drop
good.
the bomb,
That's pretty good.
Very nice. Very
All right,
nice.
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, Ethan's sick
starving.
of this.
I hate this.
Also, Ryan's yawning now.
Yeah, Ryan's sick of all of
This
you.
always takes a lot out of me.
He's a sleepy old man.
You're
What do you
like
want?
you're like trying to talk and not draw like shit. It's
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have anything before we close it out? I'll go let everyone have it just one last time. Anybody got anything for Mr. Stegman? Scotty Young is here. The Supple Boys are here. Anyone got anything before we call it a night?
Well, I actually did want to thank. I wanted to thank Ryan because I just got frames in for all the art that you and Donnie signed for me at
Let's see.
Comic-Con. So it goes right on.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
Damn, that's dope.
I love that.
Yes, I love this thing. That is my pride and joy. And
I like it how your pride and joy does not go on a wall.
I know, but it shall though. And since you just had King in Black, I also
yeah, man. That is awesome.
That's good stuff.
I didn't want to thank you for that though. That was something. That was my first Comic-Con period.
Wow. Nice.
That was a very strange event, man.
Old school play. I want to highlight this. He said, "I'm halfway through dry January, and I would like to give you guys an update. I am still dry for January. I've made it this far."
Oh, wow.
Me too,
Not Scotty. Not Scotty.
Me too. Okay. I mean,
I don't know why I imposed this on myself. I'm not clear on what my thinking was on this, but I did it.
tune in next month for Stegman's soaking fucking wet.
Yeah.
February.
Fun February, dude.
I'm gonna drink those White Claw Magnums like.
Oh yeah, dude.
Our four February live streams will just be check-ins during Ryan's one long bender.
Yeah.
Elijah says, "Thank you so much for the fun stream. You did an awesome drawing tonight, Ryan. I agree. Really enjoyed watching your drawing process and listening to everyone's conversations. Elijah, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Yes, thank you.
So happy to have you
Good to meet all our new
your
people.
first show,
Yes.
and I hope to have you back next week. Ryan, anything you want to say to the folks before we go? Yep.
Wet February will be a lot more fun, I promise.
Oh, Huey's got some Strange Academy. Let's see it. Bring it back, Huey.
Hey, Scotty. I fucking love this book, dude. It came out of nowhere. It is so good. Thank you for doing this.
Oh
yeah.
Thank you
I
so
may
much.
have just done a cover for that.
How fucking good is Humberto Ramos?
Oh my god,
he's the best.
Oh my god,
I got the book signed by you guys. I'm still waiting to come back too. Like you two together, just gold.
Scotty, Nick just sent me because I have to do a Strange Academy cover, another one, and he sent me a bunch of reference for the character, and I was just like, it like made me feel bad, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Which character?
It's I shouldn't say on here. I'll text you.
Okay. I don't know that anybody really. Ryan appreciates this for sure because we've been friends for 12 years, but Humberto Ramos was my favorite artist in high school. Like I was a kid and bought his DV8 and Impulse and later Crimson after I graduated high school. Like I had a Gen 13 Unreal World card in my wallet when I was like 18. So like the idea that later in my life, not only would I be friends with him, but he'd be drawing a book that I created and wrote. It every single day my email inbox has a page from him. That's how he rolls too, every day. Like
every day.
Dude, he was giving us pages on Christmas.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
What an asshole.
I know.
I mean, that's kind of how it is for Ethan and I, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were huge fans of you and Ryan.
And now Ryan texts us every couple weeks.
And you're like, oh God, I wish you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But thank you so much, Hugh. That means a lot. We put a lot into that book, and we're super, super proud of it. So I appreciate that.
Huey was so excited he had to leave, man.
Yeah.
But cried. He's like, okay, I did
it. Well, it's been a fantastic show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being here. All of you guys still watching. If you're wondering, hey, how did all those folks win those things? How did they win those sketches, those signed comics? Well, they won them by heading over to klcpress.com, hitting the subscribe button. We got a couple of different tiers, and those tiers get you access to different things, including hopping on the call like folks like Brian and Joe and Ryan. Everybody can come on by and say hi. And hang out with Ryan, Ethan, and I, and maybe a couple of amazing friends. Tonight we had Charles Soule and Scotty Young, and who knows who it'll be next time. So head over to KLC Press. You won't regret it. Also, while you're here, we would love if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. That helps us out a lot. And if you enjoyed the hour and 52 minutes that we've been doing this, then that would be great. And we appreciate it, and we love you. And Ryan Stegman, you have the floor for the outro, I guess.
Quit your jobs, chase your dreams. Thanks everybody for being here, Scotty. I love you. I love everybody else. I've said I love you guys a lot today, and I mean it. Every one of you, my favorites. Except,
fuck yeah.
Who am I gonna pick? Except Brandon Allred, who's not on the thing.
He can't defend himself.
Brandon. Yeah.
On that note, have a great rest of your night, everybody, and we will see everybody for the next one.
Thank you. Guys. Good night.
See you later.